This is a relatively short and gentle practice to aid and promote digestion and elimination. If you have a blanket, it would be nice to have a rolled up blanket handy for a couple of the poses that we'll visit, just for added pressure literally on the abdomen. But all the poses that we're doing can be done without the blanket. You could do this practice on an empty stomach, especially if you've been dealing with this on a regular basis, or have a cup of herbal tea or lemon water before this practice. So just those are a couple things that might enhance the journey. And we'll start lying down on the back. So go ahead and begin this practice in constructive rest with your feet a little wider than your hips and your knees dropping in towards one another. And place your hands on your low belly. You can close your eyes or relax your gaze and spend the first couple of breaths just noticing the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and out. Now, as you exhale, you'll notice that your belly naturally drops down. Use your fingers to gently, at the bottom of your exhale, draw your belly in and massage or pull gently the skin up. Inhale, relax. Exhale completely. And as your belly naturally draws in, use your hands to encourage the belly to go in a little bit more and to lift your belly. So you can sort of slide your hands slightly up towards your belly button to encourage that lifting action, like you're zipping up pants. Keep your shoulders soft, inhale. And exhale, navel draws in, and use your hands to encourage your belly to draw in a little more and lift up. Continue for a few more cycles. See if you can get the belly to draw in and up without clenching in the low back. So not engaging the buttocks or the low back muscles, really focusing from the abdominals, low, 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 down by the pubic bone, lifting in and up. On the out breath, the end of the out breath, or even holding your breath out as you do this. Two more. Now gently, and I do this in the morning before I get out of bed, usually most mornings, come right to the front of your right hip bone. Just go inside in that soft tissue right next to the front of your right hip bone, and then just massaging fingers. Come alongside this, not the waist, but just alongside of your belly here towards the outer edge. So you're outside of the belly button, and just sort of inchworm your way up, massaging any way that makes sense to you, massaging right up underneath the inside of your right rib cage, and then up along the whole front of the right rib cage. So essentially tracing from the right hip up the side is your ascending colon. And then going across the top of your belly and massaging across the top of your belly. It can be tender in here. Massaging the transverse colon and then turning the corner around sort of the outer edge of the left ribs in the front there, and massaging your way back down the descending colon, down towards the front of your left hip. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you're just stimulating that organ there. And you can do it kind of quick. You can go pretty quickly up and around. You want to go in this direction, so you're encouraging the process of elimination the way that it goes. And you can even do, if this feels a little pokey and a little intense, you could even take your hands flat and smooth and just do this circular motion right up, around, left, down, and around, just sort of circling through the belly. So these are really great things to do in bed before you wake up, or just even here right now, or anytime you're feeling maybe bloated or gassy or discomfort. Now, draw your knees into your chest. This is the classic pose. It's called Apanasana, or wind relieving pose. It's our classic posture for digestion elimination. I hold my knees as I inhale, I let the legs move away. And as I exhale, I draw the knees in, just a soft pumping motion. Inhale and exhale. You can make this a little more intensified by holding the knees in, and at the bottom of your exhale, hold the breath out and lift and tone the low belly the way we practiced in the beginning of this practice. Inhale, legs away. Exhale, knees in. You decide if you're intensifying by drawing your navel in and up. Let's do about 3 more cycles. If you're not doing the belly in and up part, you might be doing a few more cycles because you probably won't linger as long with the knees in. And then hold both of your knees in for a couple of breaths. Shoulders relaxed, but belly drawing to the spine. Now, keeping your knees pretty close to your chest, go ahead and drop both of your knees up and over to the left. So keep your knees higher up than you might normally for the twist, so that we're still getting this compression here. Relax your right arm. I'm using my left hand to encourage my legs to stay close to me. We'll be here for about 8 breaths. Fantastic. Turn onto your left side and prop yourself up. Excuse my back here. Now reach down and grab your right ankle and move your right leg back behind you for a thigh stretch. Now you may be saying to yourself, Sigrid, what? I don't get it. What has this got to do with anything? Well, it doesn't. It doesn't have to do with the digestion or elimination topic, but it does prepare us for another pose that's quite good and really should be practiced on a regular basis for that main reason. Come back onto your back. Draw both of your knees into your chest. And then keep your knees close to your chest, turn to your right. Rest in the twist. Even in the twist, I didn't say so on side 1. I was keeping a little softer, but you could be pulling your navel in a little more strongly as you exhale. One more cycle of breath. Good. Go ahead and turn onto your side. I'm propping myself up, but you can rest all the way down and reach down, grab your left ankle and move your thigh back for a thigh stretch. See, when this song first came out by Cyndi Lauper, none of us were thinking we would ever need yoga, gentle yoga, albeit, for digestion and elimination. That's where we're at. Slowly release and go ahead and press yourself up to a seat. If we can't have a sense of humor about this, we're really in trouble. Okay. So bend your left knee and take it across your right leg. Let's start with that. You can also bend your right leg underneath you. It's really not important in terms of the elimination digestion issue. This just might be a little deeper pose for you. And you're going to hug your left knee into your chest. And then we get a deeper twist. And if this is too hard on your knee, feel free to move your foot forward so it's not all the way across. But you can get the twist deeper by turning your chest to the left. So here we are holding, make it comfortable in your body. And as you exhale, lift your belly in and up. So make this a more vigorous twist by drawing your belly in as you twist. Each exhale, pulling the belly button in and up. And we're activating more the right side first, right? So we keep emphasizing that way of movement that's natural in your body. 4 more breaths. Last breath here. Good. Unwind, reach your legs forward, take a moment, then bend your right knee, step it up and over, perhaps bend your left knee. Remember that part doesn't matter. And you can also make it a little softer by bringing your right foot not across your knee. Hug in, I'm just doing an easy wrap. And then turn your chest to the right, pulling in and up and noticing the left side, the left colon side of your belly area as you move in and up. A nice sort of collateral benefit to a practice like this, you may notice, is the simplicity of what we're doing and how that can make you feel a little better, more peaceful, more quiet. You don't always have to do big fancy yoga to have such a profound effect. 8 more cycles of breath. Belly draws in and up as you exhale. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, release. Okay. This is where a blanket might come in handy. This in the next posture. I'm going to take my rolled up blanket, and this can be a little intense. So if it becomes like, oh, too much for you, please just do a regular child's pose. But if you have a blanket and you want to go into this, blanket right up in your hips, right into your belly, and then you take child's pose. I'm going to take child's pose with my elbows bent, not reaching my arms forward so that I can relax the upper body as I'm here. And if you didn't have a blanket, bringing your knees together in a more traditional child's pose, with or without the blanket, is also probably going to intensify the posture in terms of what's happening in your organs. We'll be here for about 20 cycles of breath. Good. Slowly rising out of the pose. And if you are working with the blanket, keep it and put it underneath the lowest part of your belly, kind of across the hips, but maybe a little higher up than you think, so that when you lie down, you really get the effects of the pressure on the abdomen, on the low abdomen. Now, this next pose can be quite strong. So the alternative is to rest here in Sphinx pose, or to rest with your forehead down in prone shavasana. So either pose, up, Sphinx, a little bit of a back bend with the pressure, down, little bit of a forward fold with the pressure, and really take the pose that works in your body. The next pose I'm giving you, come out of it sooner if you need to, if you're practicing it at all, and come back to either this pose or the lying down pose. So, option to be in Sphinx, resting, or come back to those poses when you're ready. Bend your knees, reach back, grab your ankles with your hands, and then strongly flex your feet and reach your legs back. Dhanurasana, strong pose, but great for digestion and elimination. This is one of those poses that I don't practice very often, but is one of the best poses in terms of overall health. Mainly because it's putting pressure on the belly. I find with the blanket or a bolster underneath the low belly, I can hold it much longer. So that's added benefit. Rest when you need to. Rising. As tempted as I am to say we should do it again, let's be gentle. Walk your hands back. We held it for a pretty long time. Revisit child's pose for a couple of breaths just to reverse that deep, deep back bend. Rising up to tabletop and then transitioning to a seat. You could sit on your blanket if you need the support, and just a super soft Baddha Konasana. Don't big deal this. Don't worry about your feet being too close, because again, we're doing it mainly for here. Turn your fingers in and rest your hands on your inner thighs. Apparently in Chinese medicine and in Indian medicine, this is a very powerful marma point of health for the body. So my elbows are out, my hands are in. And ideally, this one is practiced on an empty stomach. So if you've eaten kind of soon to this practice, just be soft with this. So we'll inhale through the nose. You want to make a sound as you exhale out of your mouth. At the end of the exhale, with everything out, you lean forward, you straighten your arms, and you pull your belly in and out. You pull it in and let it soften. In, out, in, on no breath. At some point, you'll be like, I gotta breathe, I gotta breathe. At that point, you breathe. You inhale, you stand up out of the pose, soft. Exhale out of your mouth till there's no sound. On no breath, hinge forward, straighten your arms, let the belly come in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Pump it as many times as you can. Sometimes this will make you cough a little bit. And then when you have to breathe, inhale. One more time, exhale. Lean forward, straighten the arms, round the spine, belly in and out. And breath. Good, easy stretch, right arm up and over to the left. Rising up, left arm up and over to the right. Rising up, lying down. Hug your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg long. This is a deeper version of Apanasana, what we started practice with. Another good one to do in the morning, just in bed, just drawing your right knee in. So remember, emphasize the right side before the left side. And then take your right knee across your chest, scoot your butt out of the way a little bit, twist. Exhale your way through center. Draw your left knee into your chest, extend your right leg long. Cross your left knee over for the twist. Maybe scoot your hips back over to the left. Exhale your way back through center. Draw both knees into your chest. 2 breaths. Either bring your feet down, knees together for constructive rest, or release your legs all the way down for full Shavasana. Rest your hands on your low belly. Soften your eyes or close your eyes completely, and simply notice the rise and fall of your belly beneath your hands as you rest deeply in Shavasana. If you have the time, I would suggest resting for a full 5 or 10 minutes here, letting your system quiet. Otherwise, if you need to get moving, draw the knees in, maybe a gentle rock side to side. And you'll close practice seated. Hands come to heart if you're seated. Continue resting if you can. 1 breath in and out. Namaste.